Yeah, I'm just gonna skip this. Because it's actually like a pretty long piece. And I don't want my whole thing to be that.
Breathe.
Okay, that was just weird. I thought I skipped that. Alright, continue. The wine and the cheese crown.
Security was tight at the Monarch Gala. You took quite a risk walking into the Lion's Den.
If we were gonna kidnap Dr. Amaral, then we needed to do it from the inside.
Beth Wilder. You were quick to trust her.
We had common interests.
Is that all you had?
That's all we needed.
Thanks for showing up.
Here, I thought this was gonna be a rescue. Right, there's a story here.
You know a guy called Hatch?
Serene's right-hand man.
He was here. He gave me this big speech about how he wants to take down Paul.
I hope you said no.
I didn't trust him for a second. He set me loose anyways, told me to wait for an opening.
I just gave you one.
Appreciate it. What's it look like out there?
Alright, they gonna be chit-chatting about bullshit. I don't give a fuck. So what I was saying about before, oh, what would I do with my time powers?
Dr. Emerald?
Mm,
I don't have a fix on her.
mostly probably look into the future and look at the lottery, and then play the lottery. Like, I wouldn't play it big, because I hear if you play it big and win often, they'll like not allow you to play anymore.
You got this all figured out.
So I would probably play it smart or something.
In that case,
Whenever there's a big Powerball or Mega Millions, you know, maybe I'll probably win enough to hold me off for like 5 to 10 years, depending on how big it is, and then I'll just win every couple years, like little amounts, and just put it in savings. That's probably the biggest thing. But all obviously, I wouldn't change. Like I wouldn't save people's lives by going back in time. But if it was like a car was coming, and like a little kid was like in the middle of the street, I would definitely would freeze time around the car and save the little kid. Uh,
Hey, he's escaping!
oh, okay. So I got a new ability. This dude is pretty shit at shooting at me. Or maybe he's shooting at where I was and not where I am. That was pretty cool. Can I open that now? Or, oh yeah.
that will hurt in the morning.
Alright, got me a weapon.
I was learning to control them better. That felt good.
Who the hell designs these doors?
Guess it's not
I
working.
have to move faster this move.
Oh, okay, I see. Woo! Speeding it. Alright, so, like I was saying before, uh, mostly probably use it to see into the future and shit. But I doubt I would try to change anything, because like you said, like we saw in that little clip of in that little cutscene, he often would try to go back in time, but only would just cause things to happen. Like, he would be the reason they happen.
Do you have any ammo?
And that's just... Oh boy, that's gonna break. Hey, can you turn that down for me? Okay, sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it was like he would go back in time to try to fix things or correct stuff, and all it did was just cause the things he was trying to stop to happen. You know, so like it's just one of those things that if something was to happen, if something was meant to happen,
Okay, how am I getting to that radar tower?
it'd be like, could you really? It'd be like fate, like it'd be like is fate exists in that sense. You know, if all right, say this, say for example, you wanted to go back and stop 9/11. You go back to that point, and
Must be.
and you're about to stop it. You're about to stop it. But then say you do something, you make a mistake, and it allows for them to hijack the plane, and unintentionally cause 9/11 happen. You know, it wasn't uh your intention,
Up you go.
but you going back in time actually caused it. Like that's not I don't know what is and what isn't possible when you're dealing with time, but mainly what I'm saying is that's just like how it works.
It was just our people. Hostile!
Cause think about it, if we were to get time traveling powers, wouldn't it be? It would be kind of like foretold in a sense. It's like that was meant to happen. You kind of like how in all Greek mythology, most of the shit happens because they know what's going to happen. Like Oedipus' story. His dad talks to an oracle and she says, "Your son's gonna kill you when he gets older." And then like he's gonna bang your wife slash his mom and breed two inbred children who will then, he'll blind himself and all this shit. So Oedipus' pops throws his son off a fucking cliff so he doesn't kill him when he's older. But he doesn't die from being thrown off the cliff or being abandoned somewhere. So he comes back chased by like thieves or some shit, and he kills his pop unknowingly. He just sees some dudes
Monarch had dismantled.
roaming on this area traveling, and he just murks them. He doesn't know that's his pops.
I could shift it around.
So he murks them, then goes back to his homeland where he was born, or where he was born, ends up becoming king, boning his mom, having his own brothers and sisters,
It's a risk.
Monarch specialist troopers have this.
and basically
I bet Dr. Amaral would have that.
fall into his own hubris.
I'll keep an eye out. See if I can grab it for you.
Because he was so hell-bent on trying to find the person who murdered his father. And when he found out that it was him, he blinded himself and ran away, basically. He ain't run away, but he blinded himself. And gave up title as king. His mother murdered herself. And he sent his kids somewhere. I don't remember where he sent them, but he sent his kids away because he was in shame. But if his pops never knew that his son would have killed him, he wouldn't have thrown his son or abandoned his son, which inevitably led to his own downfall. So being able to know the future doesn't necessarily always end out good. And if you somehow come across the future and be like, "Hey, look, you gonna get murked by your father or your lover, or you're gonna meet someone from here or whatever, and they're gonna kill you." Why would you be able to, like, the whole, it's in, like, okay, you were meant to find out in the end, because it's human nature to try to preserve our life. It's anything's nature to want to live. So you would try to save yourself. That's how it would be. You would simply attempt to preserve your life. And that's it. You would try to preserve your life. And by trying to save yourself, you would inevitably bring about the events to your own downfall. You know? So if you ever, it's just like, you know, we're not meant to know the future. Everything's supposed to be a mystery. No matter how well we plan out our lives or plan out events, something will always go awry. You know, because we can't foresee everything.
Need to get to the big tower.
Oh, piss.
Great, another one.
So, if you ever did be able to see the future, would it be meant for, was it meant for you to see the future? So
Stop the radar.
you know, was it simply like, hey, ooh, it was like, you know, some force of nature or whatever, something, was like, this is going to happen to you, but we want you to do it to yourself. You know? Like, say it was like your son is gonna die. Your instincts would be, you would want to save your kid. You would want to save your kid. You would want to, you know, protect them. So you would be given this knowledge as if it was to help you, but in reality, you were given this knowledge so you could bring about the death of your own son. You know, so is it ever really worth knowing knowing your own future, knowing your day of your death?
Where's the lab?
Below your feet. It's
You
all top
know,
secret. The elevator inside will
because a lot of people might not believe, like, okay,
On Villain Road?
I believe you're in control of your life. Oh my God, did I just get
still
hurt?
fall into the shark tank.
Okay, like I said, I believe you're in control of your own life. I believe that what you do, you know, shapes your whole, shapes, you know, what you do in your life, who you become, all that shit. But at the same time, I do believe in fate in a little bit. I don't believe that you don't have a choice and that everything you do is planned out. But there's like key things in your life that will happen,
Speech is streaming.
and it just seemed like they were out of your control. Like those kind of things, those kind of
I'm
things
about to take the
are
elevator.
what I would consider
Paul's still fond of his
fate.
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
talking about his survival plan. Proud
because
to be
fate's such a vague thing. Fate is could some people say fate is God's divine will. Some people say it's you know, some divine plan by some omnipotent being, you know, or some kind of game. But me, I think it's just everyone serves a purpose, and they got two jobs. Either, holy piss,
security network just put up.
they are doing something to benefit the world, or doing something to negatively affect the world. And that's what I think everyone's basically interest in life, just basic point in life is. It's like you're either going to contribute to life or you're going to not contribute to life or you take away from life. Are we done here? You know, so oh, it's a the time just froze itself. Well, it didn't freeze itself, but you know what I'm saying.